Hi, this is John Patrick Hickey. I want to welcome you to the Videocast. Have you ever had a mentor? Many people have mentors, and mentors come in a variety of different ways, and I'll explain some of that in a minute. But the reason I'm asking is that many people who are success-minded, who have that entrepreneurial spirit, who have that drive to get things done, to achieve goals, to be the best that they can be, have a tendency not to play so well with others. And it's not because we don't want to learn. It is not because we think that we know best. If anything, if you have any kind of wisdom at all, you know that you don't know best. But it's because we have that drive. We want to move forward. We want to get things done. We want to be able to achieve as quickly as we possibly can. Here's the problem with that. And the problem is called mistakes. Now, we're all going to learn from mistakes. The difference is whether you learn by your own mistakes or you learn by the mistakes of others. When you learn by your own mistakes, that takes time, that takes energy. Sometimes it can be very costly, and you delay the process. But when you can learn from other people, when you can get advice on how to avoid making the mistakes yourself because you learn from someone else, that saves you time, energy, and a great deal of cost. Now, the principles of success, and we've talked about this many times, the principles of success are the same. You can define them differently, you can use different words and talk about them in different ways, but basically the principles are all the same. They work for everyone. They're universal. These are laws that are set that do not change. The same is true with mistakes. Mistakes tend to be the same. People go and do the same dumb things all the time. And it's when you can learn how to avoid those mistakes that you can really come into success. Another important thing with a mentor is you only know what you know. That's it. Your brain has, I don't want to say it has a limit because that means that it's not going to grow, but on its own it does have a limit. You only know what you know. You need to learn from other sources. You need to get some outside help in order to learn more than what you already know. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck in this rut and do the same thing over and over again. I mean, ask yourself, how many times have you made the exact same mistake? We're all very familiar with the Einstein definition of insanity, which is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. It just doesn't work. This is where a mentor comes in, and mentors are there to help us. Now, there is some misconceptions about what mentors are, and over the next few videos I want to talk about mentors because I think that there's some different degrees of mentors that we really need to understand. But a mentor does not have to be someone who you personally know. Matter of fact, I would say that the top 5 mentors that I feel that I have in my life, only 2 of them I actually know. And another thing a mentor doesn't have to be is alive. Because most of the mentors that I choose from all the time are dead. They've been dead a long time. But I learn from their writings, I learn from their teachings, I learn from the things that they pass on to us. It's how we look at these things. It's not just like, okay, I'm going to read a book and there are the things in it I'm going to learn from. I do that all the time. Everybody does that. At least I hope you do that. Mark Twain said so perfectly that the person who does not read has absolutely no advantage over the person who cannot read. And we have to be able to use our advantage of reading and learning all the time. But that learning is really kind of different than the mentor approach, because a mentor is specifically teaching you. They are there to give you advice. Now, I can hear already people saying, well, if someone's been dead for about 200 years, how is it that they're going to give me any advice? They have no idea I exist. It's all in how we receive what people teach. And in the next video, I'm going to specifically talk about using mentors that you either don't know or who are no longer around. Because it is important that we grab hold of those principles and apply them personally. But a mentor is something that you need to keep going back to all the time. Now, it doesn't mean that you have somebody, let's say you have a living mentor, and we'll talk about that as well. Somebody who you personally know, who in a sense either deliberately mentors you, or you just learn from them every time that you're able to get around them. It doesn't mean that you're calling them every 5 minutes, asking them for every bit of wisdom that they could possibly give you on any topic that you're dealing with at the time. But they are people who you can learn from, and it's personal. It's there. It means something. Also, it's important for a success-minded person to truly learn the value of having a mentor is to be a mentor. And we're going to talk about that as well. So for the next few videos, I just want to prepare you to learn from these. In a sense, let them be a mentoring experience for you. So you can look at what it means to have a mentor, to learn from someone else, to grow, to develop, and to be truly your very best. And that you'll love God, have good manners, discover the unknown, and change your world.